Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Learning Vicariously with yours truly, Winnie, embarking on the journey that is motherhood, the lessons I've learned, and what I think would better help you have the best motherhood experience there is out there. So, guys, I would like to extend an apology. I know I have been missing in action for the past 2 weeks, but I just really needed a mental break. I hope you guys understand and just bear with me. I'm gonna try and do better, okay? So, Miss Ella turned 2 years about 4 days ago, and I've just been thinking on it. There's a lot that I've learned in the 2 years that I feel is very crucial for any new mama, expectant mama, or even aspiring mama out there to best be prepared for the journey that is motherhood. Now, motherhood is, we've heard so many negative things about motherhood, and yes, I do understand where the fear of becoming a mom comes from, especially from if you're talking about the video that I'm about to do right now. But I think it's good for us to know the good, the bad, so as to best make informed decisions in this life, and just to sort of like try and be the best that we can for the children that we are raising, children that we are preparing for. So, these are the realities that I have experienced in my 2 years of being a mom. I hope it helps you. I hope it scares you a little, because getting scared sometimes does help you. So, let's get into it. Number one, motherhood motherhood grows you. It forces you to mature. Like, the realization of being responsible for someone other than yourself can be scary, but it can also help you to grow emotionally and mentally. So yes, motherhood can be a good thing sometimes, because whether you like it or not, you have to work on yourself to be the better version of yourself, to be better for that child of yours. So I think that's one great thing about motherhood. You get to grow literally overnight. Number two, number two reality that I've learned is that motherhood is so undervalued. Like, so many people are looking down on the experience that is motherhood, and I want to say I understand, but now, having gone through it myself, it is undervalued, and I find it to be horrific that people look down on mothers yet they themselves came from a mother. Like, I don't think there's any other job that can compare to motherhood in this world. You talk about your 9 to 5, you think it's job. Wait until you become a mom. Now you get to see a full-time employment without any offs, without any sick leaves, without any leaves. You are just working yourself all the time, around the clock, all the time. Motherhood, they talk about it takes a village to raise a child. In motherhood, you get to realize that the village does not exist. There's no social support. It's just you, yourself, and your child. And if you're lucky enough, a supportive partner by your side. And that's just about it. That's as good as it gets. If you're lucky enough to have privileged parenting, good for you. But just put it in your mind not to expect anything from anyone. It is your child. It is your sole responsibility. Accept it. It becomes easier once you accept that. Number four, motherhood. In motherhood, you get to be, or I get to fully understand what it means to be stressed and guilty all the time. When you're away from your child, you feel guilty. When your child gets hurt, you feel guilty. When they're sick, you feel guilty. And this all comes with excessive amount of stress to be taken on practically all the other time. So you talk about working under pressure. Wait until you take on motherhood. You'll get to see what pressure is. Number five is, in motherhood, you'll get to realize that there's so much in it, and it's so overwhelming, and it's so draining, and it's so exhausting, and then you'd find yourself needing breaks, but unfortunately when this break is given to you, you can't even accept it, because at the back of your mind you're thinking of all this stuff you're missing out on with your child. You're thinking what could possibly go wrong with leaving your child under the care of someone else other than you, and you have this constant need to be the one to care for your child because you believe nobody else can be there or take care of your child better than you can. So guess what? You end up not taking that break. Motherhood. The other thing that I've learned, or rather realized in motherhood, is how overstimulated you get, especially when your child is from the ages of 1 to 18 months to 2 years. Oh my god, those people are overly active, super active. They want to touch on you all the time. They want to pull on your hair. They want to beat on you, and they shout and they scream and they whine. And once they've learned to say mama, oh my god, you can be over the word mama. Crazy. And then I've also learned what it means to be sleep deprived, not just like completely sleep deprived and fatigued. You don't know what it means to be exhausted until you have to running and chasing after a toddler every other second. You don't know what it means to want to sleep so bad till you have a baby. Like, sleep depression is so real in motherhood, and you think it ends when they're like at 2 years. No, they still decide that, oh mommy, I'll sleep during the day maybe for 3 hours, and during the night I don't want to sleep anymore, so I'm just gonna chill and make sure I call on mommy until you join me in this non-sleep ship of mine. It is hard and it's frustrating sometimes, but you love them and you just want to make sure that they know you are there, so you stay awake with them. The other thing that I've learned is that everything about life that is physical, emotional, mental, social, cultural, economical, spiritual is motherhood in itself, if you think about it. As a mother, you need to know what it means to cover your son or your daughter by the blood of Jesus. So you need to know, or rather have a relationship with God or a greater being other than yourself. You need to know what it means to be emotionally, intellectually, economically stable, to take care of another human being. So you need to be prepared all round to best care for your child. And it's not a joke. You need to know how to pray. You need to know how to stimulate your child cognitively or intellectually. You need to know how to sort of like co-regulate your child's emotional needs. And it can put you through an emotional roller coaster that you've never heard in your whole life. So best prepare, okay? The other thing that I've learned is, as a mother, you are taught, or rather you get to realize that you take care of everybody else other than yourself. And just think about it for a second. Just look around you at all the moms that you know. Some of us forget what it means to go to the salon, get your hair done, or look good, or do something that you're really passionate about. In motherhood, you get to forget of who you are and what your aspirations once were. Like the psychologists call it matrices, and I'm realizing it's so real. You lose yourself once you become a mother. And you can even think about it. When you were growing up, you used to see your mom, especially when you go to shags, Your mother or your grandmother will take care of, make sure every other person is fed in the family, and they themselves get to serve themselves last. And I've seen it happen, especially when you're a mother and you're a wife. It's crazy. You become last. It's sad but it's true. You become last on everything. Expect that. And then in motherhood, you also get to realize how lonely it is. Like, you have all this time with your child, but you barely have time to interact with people your own age or other adults. Get to have real conversations, because you're so used to being around your child and having this baby talk that you don't even know how to be an adult or interact or have conversations with people around your own age. And it's sad. And with being a mom, you need to also prepare yourself that you're gonna be like a ghost. You're gonna be almost kind of forgotten, almost invisible. Because once you become a mom, everything becomes about your child. And if you're married, it becomes about your husband. And then you become like the background. Like, you get to observe your husband shine and your baby shine, and you nowhere in the picture. It's unfortunate, but it is true. It's always about your child. It's always about them, and it's never about you. Like, the mother, you as a mother become almost forgotten in that scenario. I don't know whether you guys are understanding, but I've had moments where I'm like, okay, it's okay, I'm still here. And they are looking the way they look because of me, so I must be doing something right. And it's okay, you make peace with that. Yeah, so those are the lessons I've learned about being a mother. And what I would recommend that you do, sort of like feel good about yourself, still feel relevant in your own identity, is just make a little time to do something that makes you feel good. Even if it's just going to the salon, get your hair fixed. If you like doing makeup, put your makeup on. Go out for coffee or a milkshake, even if it's just for 30 minutes. Read that good book that you love. Or pick a hobby that you can do once in a while, just to keep in touch with who you are, keep your identity in check. And I also learned that it's okay to just say that I do need to interact with people, adults, have normal adult conversations. If you have a good partner, you can relate this to him. Just talk about the weather, a program you like, a movie, just to help keep in tune, or rather know how to interact with people your own age, normal adults. And also, I would really advise like our government system to really look into putting up centers or establishments that cater to creating awareness around postpartum issues like postpartum depression and anxiety, and also help you through postnatal care. That will really help a lot of mamas out there. And if you could put up can we say a department that could help integrate women who just come from like stay-at-home moms, like you took time off work to care for your children, even if it's just for 1 year, 2 years, to sort of like go back into the workforce system. That would be really great, because I believe you're having such a hard time looking for jobs and looking for work. That will really help. And yeah, I think those are the things that I've learned in the 2 years that I really needed to. I feel like this was more of a rant kind of video, but I felt like it needed to be said, and I feel like you need to know. So yeah, if you'd like to share your other realities on motherhood, I'd really like to hear from you, get to learn more from you as well as my audience. I don't know, let's just interact. So that was Learning Vicariously with yours truly, Winnie.